Hey, how's it going, Otaku Mike? Let's talk about the Ninja Turtles crossover that we almost didn't get. Turtles of Grayskull. So let's get into this. It's going to be a good one, I'll tell you that much. So, like I said before, this is a story that we almost didn't get because in development of like the toy line and the story, it all ended up getting canceled. And then I guess things got leaked, and then we ended up getting this comic book series as well as the toy line. Um, so this story starts out with April and Splinter. They are kind of sad because they don't know where the turtles are, and a portal opens up and whatnot. And we see the turtles are in Eternia, He-Man's universe, and they have all this really cool slick armor on and whatnot. And they're trying to explain, well, they're actually arguing at first. They're actually arguing of who gets to explain the story about how they actually got to Eternia. And Mikey wins, and he basically tells Splinter and April that, hey, we were tracking Baxter Stockman and his Mousers to this TCRI building. I believe it's TCRI, if I remember correctly. And they see Shredder and Krang. They are talking to this skeleton guy named Skeletor or something is what they say. And what they're doing, they're having an exchange, and Shredder wants magical powers, and Skeletor wants the mutagen to basically make a super mutant army with like his evil horde bad guys and whatnot. And surprisingly, nobody knows where Prince Adam slash He-Man is. They can't find him because he ends up getting beat up and defeated in battle by some of the horde bad guys because they ended up getting the mutagen and stuff like that. So the turtles and the rest of the masters of the universe, whatever you want to call them, the master of the universe warriors, I don't know exactly what you call them, but they are preparing for a final battle with Skeletor and the Foot Clan and stuff like that. And things ensue to where, spoilers, He-Man gets turned into a mutant and starts fighting turtles and stuff like that. And we get this scene where Renette shows up and there's time traveling involved. And I don't really want to spoil too much for you guys, but it's a crazy read. And it surprisingly works really, really well, to say the least. So let's talk about the artwork for Turtles of Grayskull. This is actually not what the artwork looks like. This is the alternate variant cover from Stan Sakai, which pays homage to the crossover with Usagi Yojimbo when the Turtles had a crossover with Usagi. This artwork is very, very well done. Like, it is very vibrant, very colorful. Like, everything pops off the page. I love this artwork. It is really, really good. I love how Michelangelo he's wearing like a wig like Prince Adam, and this is him trying to explain and tell the story of exactly what happened. And yeah, the artwork is really amazing. I like look at this like the story just flows very, very well. There was one in like this full page spread of the turtles fighting the Foot and all the different the mutants and whatnot. It's really well done. Like, look at this. It's just beautiful, beautiful artwork. This is where I actually did get confused when getting to it, because we have Renette, who is a time traveler in the Turtles world, and we end up not on Eternia, but later on we end up on like Battle World or whatever it was called. I forget what it was called exactly, but where they go have like the intergalactic fighting tournament. So yeah, that was weird. And it, look, spoilers, He-Man's in the fighting tournament. So yeah, but yeah, the artwork in this is actually really, really amazing, and the artists and pencilers and inkers, colorists hit it out of the park. It is such beautiful first issue. So all in all, Turtles of Grayskull blew away my expectations. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than the Naruto Turtles crossover after reading this first issue. I was a little confused with who some of the people were within the He-Man characters a little bit. Like I knew He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Tila, and like Skeletor and stuff like that. But some of the characters I didn't know who they were, but they weren't really important to the story. I thought it was cool. Like we just jumped right into the story, and we come up on this big epic battle, and then things get flipped and turned on its head, and we end up going into time traveling stuff, which did confuse me a little bit. But after going back and rereading it, I wasn't as confused, and I thought it was really interesting that they actually brought in the Turtles character, the time traveler Renette. So that was pretty cool. I feel like the artwork worked really well in this first issue. The artist hits it out of the park, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. Like, it was a lot of fun to read this first issue. It very much reminded me of, when you're a kid, like playing with your action figures, like, oh, so and so is gonna fight so and so, but they're from completely different genres, or IPs. That's what Turtles of Grayskull reminded me of, and I can tell that the artists, the writers, the inkers, even the letterers, they seem to have, I'm guessing, had so much fun playing in this sandbox that they got to create with, and it is definitely worth a read. I would say it is pretty new reader friendly to an extent, because it does do a fairly good job of explaining how they got there, what's going on, and stuff like that. It's just that one point where they flipped and they end up going into outer space and whatnot. It really like threw me off, and I was like, "Wait, what? We're supposed to be in the big battle fighting Krang and like Shredder and stuff, and He-Man. What's going on? Like, oh my god!" But yeah, definitely worth your time if you're thinking about picking this up and checking it out. Let me know down in the comments down below everything about picking it up. Have you read it? Let me know. Comment, subscribe, like. Let's have a conversation about Turtles of Grayskull. I had a fun time reading it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Stay safe. Peace out.